Welcome back to Coastal Chaos 2018. We are heading into our championship game, going to see the Rockin City Roller Girls of Round Rock, Texas. Their greatest hits taking on State College area roller derbies, Happy Valley Dolls, here at the Midcoast Recreation Center, put on by the Rock Coast Rollers. My name is Beautiful Banshee, and I am here with Chad of New England Roller Derby Report.
Hey there, it's Chad. Thanks to everybody who's tuning in today. Special thanks to Mario Rivas, who's at home cheering on Rockin City. Mario, thanks so much for the donation to help us get the bandwidth all put together for this stream. All in all, we use about almost exactly 35 gigabytes of data over 4G wireless for the weekend.
Oh, wow.
That's the only way we can get a successful stream out of this. Wonderful facility, but a very hidden venue.
Ah, yes. It gives it a little bit of mystery now, doesn't it?
It really does, yeah. Let's go down through these rosters real quick. Rockin City Roller Girls, represented by 0260 Vava Vroom, 050 Bad Juju, 101 Calarella DeVille, Cholarola 1096, 2070 Shiner Knock, 211 Beth Wish, 23 Fury, 2581 Rudaball Evil, Miss Chagrin is 313, Red Ripper wearing 42, Moxie Balboa 5011, Bossy Nova 5678, 62 Chili Concussion 789, Insidious in 989, Dimples Destroya.
And Rockin City wearing white. State College area roller derbies, Happy Valley Dolls wearing black. They are 0 Anya Arson, 10 Scott, 12 Letter Havoc, 13 Black Widow, 16 Ammunition, 1640 Killam, 18 Lucifer Ace, 22 Taylor So Swifty, 420 The Ovarian Fist, 6 Claire Violet, 69 Danny Savage, 75 Zombabe, 911 Disaster Girl, 97 Coltrane, and 99 Blackout Betty. Lining up your jammers, we have a number 12 Letter Havoc for State College versus 1096 Cholarola, both putting up strong performances this weekend at Coastal Chaos.
Unbelievable. Now, these two teams, we've talked about this a few times here and there, but these two teams are not strangers. Despite being on very separate parts of the country, Rockin City and State College, fans already know, I'm sure. They have played each other before. In fact, they played each other fairly recently, last November. And Banshee, I think, has the result of that game.
I had the scores. My phone, however, is not with me.
Oh, it did disappear?
I had the screenshot. Apparently,
no.
I may have left it in the volunteer room.
Oh, no.
I apologize, Chad, but it was within, I believe, about 15 points.
Yeah, very close.
River Valley Riot. So. Okay, sorry about that. I have our really excellent producer, Beth, running to find my phone because I can't adult today. But that's okay. You know what's awesome? We have Scott on the line for State College.
And we've got, that's 28 for Rockin City. Sorry, that could be 23. It looks like Fury.
And
that's Fury.
State College drew first blood in the first jam, 3-0 currently, and only about a minute and a half in, but pack off to a slow start. Both teams really able to control the pack and the jammers within it, sweeping side to side. The jammers taken to the lines and pushing into the backstretch. And just to confirm, it was within 14 points at River Valley Riot just a few months back. Yes, November 2017. State College took the win, 148 to 134 over Rockin City.
Yeah,
so should be very closely matched.
Scott is finally our lead jammer after nearly a full minute.
Wow.
These two teams are going to grind every jam. There's no question about it. And Rockin City, we noted on game one, plays a very slow game compared to other teams that we've seen. And when I say slow, I don't mean that they're slow skaters. I mean they control the tempo of the jam from the beginning to the end.
They truly do dictate the pace on the track. And we have witnessed it. And then they'll also match the pace of their competitor.
Yeah, they're certainly not limited on their speed ability.
So 4 points up on the last jam for State College. Currently 7-0 in favor of State College.
We've got, looks like 75, that's Zombabe and Cholarola on the line.
Yes, Zombabe in her trademark war paint.
War paint, and there's Zombabe, she's through.
And we're seeing a star pass on Rockin City to their pivot, Bad Juju, who is able to break the pack. Now in it. Let's see if any points came up.
I would say Zombabe's face paint, more like a zombie painted on her face than. I think she's going with a couple of different styles this weekend too.
Yes, she mixes it up. I've had the pleasure of seeing Zombabe skate. I believe it was at ECDX last year. And yeah, she definitely does mix it up, and it's a lot of fun. And what else is fun is the jammer pairing before us, 23, Fury with Rockin City, and 69, Danny Savage with State College, who, Danny Savage, I believe, a member of Team Pennsylvania. We've seen her at Battle of the All-Stars.
So State College
and Lehigh faced off last night, which brought State College here. And a star pass for Rockin City to Red Ripper, number 42. We're seeing, I don't think we saw very many star passes this weekend from Rockin City, but in this game, we've already seen 2.
Yeah, well, you know, with Rockin City, they didn't need to make star passes.
No,
they were already out there with their jammer. I'm a little surprised. I'm excited by it. I think it's great. State College, what a powerful start here so far. 15 unanswered points. Here we are now in the 4th jam, and Rockin City yet to put anything up on the board.
Moxie Balboa wearing the star for Rockin City, who are wearing white, versus Letter Havoc, number 12, State College in black. Quickly, like the wind, really, just so fast. Letter Havoc snagging lead and has about a lap. No, I would say probably 3/4 of a lap on Moxie Balboa. Calls it off.
There's 4 more for State College.
So we'd like to thank everyone watching from home on Nerd Derby. It's great to have you join us on the live stream for those who couldn't be here at Coastal Chaos 2018. And don't forget, if you were here at some point during the weekend and you need to recall any of the moments of gameplay, there is an archive. So make sure that you follow Nerd Derby, and you can check out all of the games throughout the years that they have posted in their archive.
We've got Scott in Michigan, lead jammer, first lead jammer for Rockin City. We could see Rockin City get up on the board.
Okay, we do have one Rockin City blocker to the penalty box. Oh, and after a star stash, Scott able to escape the pack. Michigan calling it off after picking up 4.
Undoubtedly, those points scored because at home, Cheyenne Alvarez, Baby Cakes, giving kudos and shout-outs to Rockin City. So that's why you make comments when you're watching videos, because then your team gets points.
That's right. They get the points because they're getting the love.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like a Jedi mind trick.
Yeah, and Danny saying, "Go Bad Juju" from Dad Juju.
Aw, Daddy Juju.
Daddy Juju's at home watching.
Your jammers are Cholarola for Rockin City and Zombabe for State College. We're seeing a drawback from Rockin City, taking Zombabe back near the jammer line. Defensive efforts, holding her at the pivot line, checking to see if there was a star pass completed. Oh,
there is. We
do see Taylor So Swifty taking the star. Not able to put a point.
Calling it off. 2 jams in a row.
69. That is Danny Savage facing off against Fury from Rockin City.
More shout-outs from Lake and Chappelle and more from Baby Cakes. I think that's the beginning of a Rockin City comeback right there. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. I appreciate it. We all appreciate it so much that you would spend your time with us. That means an awful lot.
That makes us feel the love.
Oh, yeah.
And again, the score is 19-9, so State College with a 10-point lead, but Fury from Rockin City.
That's three jams in a row for Rockin City.
We're seeing the pack in the back stretch heading into turn 3. Fury.
When was the last game Rockin City played?
Rockin City, let's see.
Let's take a quick look at the championship bracket.
They played against Rock Coast to get here.
Yeah, so they played yesterday afternoon, and State College played a little later, and they played last night. So there's not too much time in between when they both played last.
No, but enough time to get some sleep.
Yeah.
Get refreshed.
No one has a sleep advantage here.
No. Letter Havoc versus Moxie Balboa off the jammer line. We're seeing the pack getting divvied up a bit.
Moxie got knocked down, back up, knocked down again. Still trying to get out of that pack. Runs into 99, Blackout Betty. And Moxie makes 4 jams in a row for Rockin City Roller Girls.
State College working on Moxie Balboa in the back stretch, but she keeps them going side to side and makes it round the outside in turn 3.
Black Widow and Blackout Betty stuck with her for quite a long time. Finally, they had to let go. Great run here by Moxie Balboa.
Well, Moxie Balboa taken out in turn 4, but the blocker who hit her also went out.
Also went down, yeah.
Able to get back in.
I am amazed at how quickly jammers can react to realize whether it's okay for me to go back in or not.
Takes a lot of practice. I know skaters, it's taken a few years to really get that, but you know, once you do, it's just this innate sense. Huge jam.
So I see 9. I think it's going to be 12. Yes, 12 points.
Officially a lead change, 23-19, with Rockin City on top.
Scott with the star for State College. And we will see Michigan.
Yeah.
Michigan gives a little nudge to Scott. She'll go back to her own jamming now.
State College's pivot returning from the penalty box right at the start of the jam, joining her fellow blockers at the front of the pack in turn 2 as the pack pushes forward. And now Rockin City's defense at the front of the pack, able to cycle back.
Michigan for a while was making her way towards the front, but as they came out of turn 2, all that momentum seems to stop for quite some time, and now is State College taking the lead.
Took about 40 seconds.
And Michigan still, now finally just through.
A quick call off coming from State College. Brings us to a tie, 23 points across. And number 23, Fury, taking the jammer line for Rockin City. I don't know. Perhaps we should play number 23 in the lottery. This doesn't happen often.
No, it really doesn't.
Zombie, number 75, wearing the star for State College. Jammers are released into the wild that is our pack.
Thanks to Maggie Hernandez rooting for State College today. Paige Loria, Crash Test Honey, Cheyenne Alvarez, and Jay Knight.
Oh, hey there,
and
friends.
Lake and Chappelle. Man, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in.
Lead jammer is Zombie. Currently, Fury having a seat in the penalty box. I didn't catch the call, but the power jam in favor of State College. Rockin City's defense doing their part to hold back Zombie, but she goes butt first up the inside line. And I had to do that. That was for Julia Sleazer, hashtag butt first. But we at April Angst, we saw a lot of that. The Jammers going through the pack, they would turn it around. Quite interesting.
I don't know if you've ever had a chance to watch Casco Bay very often, but that reminds me of Rock This, who will always spin before he gets into the pack, and he'll go butt first.
Yes, indeed. 8 points, courtesy of Zombabe, placing State College on top, 31-23. And we do have a timeout, a team timeout called by Rockin City. But while we wait, I'd like to just remind everyone that WFTDA is involved with the UN Women's We Believe program through our International Giving program to support global change. We believe the WFTDA is raising $15,000 for UN Women's One Win Leads to Another program that uses sport to develop leadership and economic skills in young women and girls. Find out more about We Believe and the WFTDA's partnership with United Nations Women at WFTDA.com/donate. Also, Coastal Chaos 2018 is a WFTDA-recognized tournament. It allows for various tournament structures and recognizes the consistent standard for tournament officiating and games management. There's a huge schedule available online of all the WFTDA-recognized tournaments available at WFTDA.com/events. Our timeout is complete, and we're seeing some victorious and celebratory
there was some great
daddies is what they've called themselves.
Yeah, there was some great tape work down there by Head of Flame, Oxidizer, and Smacks on Deck from Rock House Rollers.
Teamwork. They're keeping our track safe. All right, your jammers. That is Cholarola 1096 for Rockin City versus Danny Savage of State College. Pack off to a slow start, taking jammers to the lines. Meanwhile, Cholarola pushing it out in the rear of the pack as it hits turn 1.
Who is going to get out of here first?
I don't know. That is the question.
Who's going to do it?
And we'll see how long will it take for lead to be declared. We've been seeing an extended time.
Yeah,
but
the early packs. Oh, track cut, State College.
Power jam for Cholarola.
Savage grimacing. Didn't like it.
No, nobody likes the penalty box.
No one likes the penalty box, but she also didn't look like she didn't think it was her own doing.
Sometimes we just don't
know.
We aren't able to see things through the eyes of officials. It appears we have a low block call.
So that's going to put 3 now in the box. We'll have number 16 coming back out then, Ammunition. She'll be joining the pack, but for right now, Cholarola easily making it through.
Nope.
I almost wondered if she was going to call it off, and I think she wondered that too. She looked to her bench to see if she should. And
she was prepared and preloading.
She was preloading.
Yeah.
She had the arms in the outright position. Savage is now through. I think that's probably why they didn't freeze her in the box. Is Savage had not yet made her initial pass, so there was enough time to make a good solid 4-point pass, and she did.
Why not take those points?
13, and look at this, 36-31. Lead change now, Rockin City, our leader.
Sitting atop, yes. And we are under 15 minutes remaining in the first half, so that means we're officially halfway through. Can you believe it? Because we're only going into Jam 13.
Quarter 1 is finished.
3-1-3 for Rockin City. That would be Michigan, and she is facing off against number 12, Let Her Have It. Cozy pack right on the jammer line, not letting the jammers get much motion whatsoever.
Don't forget, at the half, we reverse rotation and we go the other way. Wait, no.
Lies. Oh, you were testing me, weren't you, to see how awake I am?
Right.
No.
No, we can't do that. The track's just not laid out right for that.
No, it's not. I mean, you could give the tape daddies an extra roll and say, Here you go.
Peel it all up and relay that down. In
We
15
need
minutes.
a jammer and pivot line on the other side. They look at us. Yeah. But back into turn one, the defensive stalemate, Michigan and Letter Havoc in there, still fighting.
We are still, it looks like we are scoreless. We have had a cover pass.
They're both
At
on.
least it's off anyway.
Both on the initial. Michigan does have lead.
Yeah, Taylor So Swifty now has the star for State College.
Second pass we've seen Swifty take.
And now we have 5 points. Those are going to go to Rockin City. Rockin City 41, State College 31. 17 seconds left.
Michigan hitting the floor.
Yeah, she'll
in the
call it off
infield.
down there.
44-31, maintaining a 13-point lead. That's Rockin City.
I think those Rockin City jerseys, those are Monster Muffin jerseys.
Really?
I think so.
I know, they're very nice. Why might you recognize those?
I just happened to notice a logo in the bottom of the jersey, but maybe it's not the Monster Muffin logo.
Oh.
I don't know that it is.
I don't know. I like the star details though.
They look fantastic.
Yes. Uniforms are important, and especially when they're high contrast, it's always helpful.
Oh my goodness, so much.
It's Scott taking lead over Moxie Balboa for State College. But Moxie Balboa about a quarter lap behind. Pat picking up some speed in the back stretch, hitting turn 3.
Calling it off on 1 foot.
Ah, fancy.
We have seen some really great close games today, and it's nice when the bracket works exactly like you want it to work.
Yes.
And that as the teams make it toward the ends of the bracket, the challenge and the difficulty becomes much harder, and the games become much closer. There's always those first round blowouts.
Mm-hmm.
But in a weekend like this, where these are all sanctioned games, that's a great opportunity to take a swing at a little bit higher seed and try to make some headway in the standings. So.
Well, perfect example this morning. Green Mountain, they came in as the lowest seed in the tournament at, I believe, 228 in the WFTDA, and they were able to beat Mass Attack by about 40 points, who was in, I think, the 181 spot perhaps. So that really helped out Green Mountain.
That was Cholarola headed to the box, forearm penalty. So we have Zombabe, who actually, I think she handed off the star.
Oh,
so
yes.
We have it. So it is.
Pivot has it in hand. Lucifer Ace.
Lucifer Ace.
Pat keeping it slow in turn 1. We're seeing Pat getting split up a little. Rockin City regrouping in the back to detain Lucifer Ace. Not quite enough, though. Lucifer Ace is pushing it out against the last line of defense. Rockin City able to take it right into the back stretch. 5 points up for State College, who now are inching up as Rockin City only has 6 points on them.
Cheyenne Alvarez and Suzer Bruiser confirmed for me. They were Monster Muffin jerseys.
Oh, thank you for that.
I love that there have been in the last few years some great jersey manufacturers that are putting together amazing looking, very professional jerseys.
Yes.
And we've seen sort of just the dynamic of the appearance of derby teams.
Yes.
And looking kind of professional. I think that's a fantastic direction for the sport to be going in.
Unified, yes.
Unified.
Most definitely, and it definitely shows that the sport has come a long way in the realm of athletic wear.
Yes, absolutely. This is like, probably seems like strange conversation for a championship game, but I have to believe that when you've got the right stuff on, gameplay becomes much more simplified. You don't have to really think about it.
Definitely. You don't have to worry about messing with a tutu.
Yeah, no, exactly. Exactly.
I was talking about this
I didn't
the
want
other
to
day.
say it, but that's true.
Not to sound like Old Man River or anything, or Old Lady River, but when I first started in 2011, there was a photo of me wearing a tutu, and I thought, what the heck was I thinking? That's so impractical. I remember ditching it halfway through the game. But something we're not going to ditch, this awesome jam.
Fury is our leader right now. Fury looked fantastic coming out of that.
Versus Danny Savage.
Fury's through. That'll be 5 points. Julius Caesar agreed that it was 5 points, or he's just waving to the crowd. I think it's the 5 points.
Five, yes. As indicated by our scoreboard. So that would be 53 Rockin City. Oh, 54, because there were 6. And 1 point picked up by State College, taking them to 43. So Rockin City hanging on to an 11-point lead at current. Familiar pairing of Letter Havoc and Michigan on the jammer line. And we're seeing a 4-3 blocker pack setting up, and the jam is on.
Banshee Drew Danger says hello. See you on 513.
Oh, hey, Drew. We'll see you at Battle Bunker Hill. But lead going to Letter Havoc.
State College not too far behind. I don't think either team is going to run away with this, and I couldn't be more happy about that.
Letter Havoc is through, adding 4 points up. Oh, making it 5, bringing them to 48. And we have number 62, Chili Concussion, off to the penalty box for Rockin City, followed by their jammer. We have a cut track call on Michigan, so power jam in favor of State College.
State College, with a minute 7, really wants to capitalize on this.
Rockin City also Insidious off to the penalty box, so we're seeing a lone pivot.
Yeah, there's 3. Well, how do we only have 3 in the box? We must have, yeah, we have 2.
Well, there were
2 blockers. We do have 2 blockers in the box. And we're going to freeze the jammer.
That is interesting. It didn't appear.
We're going to have an official
There
review.
is an additional blocker in the box. Yes. So we have 1 blocker in the box for Rockin City along with their jammer. That's why they only had 3.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I was just double checking.
Yeah, doing the quick math.
Sorry, it took me a second. I couldn't see. Sorry, guys. Based upon our vantage point, we have a bench and the penalty box in between that and the next bench, but also the gaggle of officials standing there.
Yeah.
And I say gaggle not in a bad way, just as a gathering of people. So once again, a huge thank you to the Rock Coast Rollers for putting on Coastal Chaos 2018. This is the 4th annual Coastal Chaos Tournament. And earlier, in case you missed it, we did have the Consolation Bracket Championship between Granite State and Bay State. Bay State received a miniature lighthouse statue for the Consolation Bracket.
I like the miniature one. I think it's like a pocket size.
It was cute. It was really funny because during the last couple of jams of the Rock Coast game earlier, Bay State, one of their skaters came over. It was Kate. Puts the little baby lighthouse next to the championship trophy. She's like, there you go. And somebody had to take pictures. It was cute. We'd like to thank RedZoneWireless.com. Red Zone is one of our proud sponsors and provides fast and affordable local Maine internet. So check them out, RedZoneWireless.com, for monthly deals on high-speed internet for your home or business.
I need Red Zone to call me next year before the tournament.
Yes, let's
call me,
do
Red
this.
Zone. Let's talk.
Have your people call my people. We'll do lunch.
We got lots of screen real estate here for Red Zone Wireless logo.
Yes, you do.
there you go.
There's a lot going on right now in the house, but it is an official review called by Rockin City. So we'll get some details from our alt referee when we have a moment. Scooby Drew so kindly reporting the information to our tournament head announcer, Gretchen Little, who we'd like to thank because she's assembled our crew this weekend and done a wonderful job.
Looks like Scooby Drew is going to come rover rear and tell us too.
Okay, I was just advised that Rockin City was seeking a forearm call against the State College jammer, but the no call will stand, and they have used and lost their official review. So a 4-point game at current. State College 58 points, Rockin City 54. Again, the back and forth, the cat and mouse game, it continues to change. And if you were wondering what that noise was, it was cowbell. We have lots of cowbell in the house.
There's a lot of cowbell down here. Yeah, State College came loaded with cowbell.
Well, speaking of cowbell, they had a coach who was wearing, perhaps it's their bench manager. I can't see them from here, but we have a bench coach in a cow onesie. We've seen the coaches in onesies today, from anything from the cow to the unicorn, Care Bears, and a Wookiee.
And a Wookiee, yeah.
Yes.
Scott with the star, Lee Jammer coming out of the box now. Michigan.
Okay, we have Cholarola pivot for Rockin City in the penalty box.
So Scott's already picked up 5 points, going to call it off. Going to build on that very slim lead. We're down to just under 6 minutes left in this first half. I cannot believe how quickly this first half has gone.
Yeah, and we've got Moxie Balboa ready to face off against Zombabe, who is loving the support from the crowd. I do believe that's some of our Lehigh Valley skaters, as State College was cheering on Lehigh during the last game.
So Zombabe almost made it on the outside along the front stretch, but took a big shoulder from 0-5-0. Bad Juju. Bad Juju was in the right place at the right time.
Making Daddy Juju proud.
Making Daddy Juju proud. And as a result of that, it's Moxie who is our lead jammer with a fair amount of time to work with. She shall call it off now. She does. Zombabe steals a little point there with a nice jump at the end. I think we'll have that on the instant replay here in just a second, too. We'll see Zombabe take flight.
Oh, yeah.
So there's Moxie coming in, runs into the pack, pushes a little bit, starts the call off. Yoink. There's a point taken by Zombabe. All right, so we've got Danny Savage with the star for State College, and Danny Savage off the line so fast. The pack is not even out of turn one yet, and Savage is all the way around and will be engaging at the beginning of turn two.
Fury pushing it out, but about a half lap behind Danny Savage. 4 points up for Savage, 69-58 in favor of State College. Okay, we're seeing confirmation there, and I know that we have some crack officials on staff right now.
Crack officials? Oh, yeah.
Meaning like Cracker Jack.
Like
we have an
Cracker
official
Jack, okay.
timeout.
My goodness, this is a family show.
It is a family show, a family network. Our officials on skates wearing the black and white stripes. We have Recordian, Verbal Assault, Wiggly Tough, Julia Cesia, Fury Duty, Dizzy DeCapo, and Frau Blucher. Joined by non-skating officials, Chemical Restraint, Surly Temple, Slammerous, McMasher, Judge and Fury, Carson Reiser, Kinky Leaky, Doc Skinner, Velocity Raptor, Thunder Bunny, and Nuthatch. So thank you to those officials. As we know, our tournament and games would not be possible without them. And seeing a little dancing off the line from Let Her Havoc while she waits. Cholarola keeping calm and focused, anxiously awaiting the jam start. But grateful, of course, for our tape daddies, as they call themselves, for maintaining the track. Heading into Jam 21. The 11-point lead that State College has.
Rolla trying to eke onto the inside, while pushing towards the inside of the track. No room there. Wow, look at that. There was a big opening on the outside. State College, though, able to get over there quickly. Now back and finally through with some time. Their defense is doing a pretty good job holding back the OJ right now.
Lead to Cholarola.
Cholarola on the backstretch.
And we're seeing a fierce 2-ball in the front of the pack from State College, but not enough to hold Cholarola. She adds 5 points to the Rockin City tally. The greatest hits, really adapting, though having to mind the pick coming from 99 Blackout Betty on State College.
Forearm called on, that's 99 Blackout Betty.
Also, number 99, Dimples Destroya, shaking her head in disagreement, taking the penalty, but we know how that goes.
So there was 4 more.
Rockin City on top, 72 points after a 14-point jam.
And another lead change.
Yes.
I wondered if we would get the lead change on that jam. And Rolla was able to get around for another 4 points. There was enough time. Kudos to her defense for holding back the opposing jammer as long as they did.
Yes. Seeing some really interesting takes from Rockin City because State College is trying to close them in on both sides.
Yeah.
So they're getting too smart for that.
Too smart.
Too smart. Sorry, it's been late in the day.
Yeah,
it starts coming out.
I was going to say, between you being Southern Massachusetts and me being from Maine,
yes.
I wonder how many things are we saying that no one understands. Like, what?
Well, we didn't start talking about Packies on Mike yet, but there we go.
Yeah.
I had to do it. But back to the track, Michigan versus Scott. Scott has lead for State College. We have 1 Rockin City blocker to the penalty box. Michigan is out of the pack, of course. And we see the back stretch. Oh, Scott calling it off really fast.
This lead changed more often and traded back and forth more than a set of baseball cards. It's,
by 1 point, 73 State College, 72 Rockin City.
Rockin City. State College back with 1 point.
Wow.
I don't know why we don't just go and start a derby match with 10 minutes. Just start it with 10 minutes and end it with 10 minutes. I mean, we only needed that much.
I don't know. It's still fun.
First half has been an absolute treat to watch.
All of it. And just something to point out, Chad, I know we talked about it before, how Rockin City is top seed coming into Coastal Chaos 2018. They're ranked at the last WFTDA rankings. I do believe that was at the end of March. 153 Rockin City. State College at 166. So this particular tournament is going to rise the rankings, I believe, for both teams. But the outcome of this particular game could be detrimental.
1 point was picked up at in that jam by State College. And we now have another tie with 25 seconds left in this first half. Rockin City. Oh, wait, 2 points.
2 points.
So Rockin City ahead by a single. By a hit single.
A hit single from the greatest hits. Ba-doom.
I hope they can. I'm sure they don't want a single point at the end of this. They're probably looking to go platinum.
Well, as long as they have the download of the day, that's really all that matters. Moxie Balboa picking up the lead. As the pack picks up a great deal of speed in the back stretch, we did have a star pass on State College to Taylor, so Swifty about a half lap behind Moxie Balboa, so she was wise to it. Let's see how those points stack up. A forearm call at Jam's end, I do believe, against Swifty, and Rockin City cheering because they know they get a power start.
Yeah, that's amazing. So Rockin City has a great start for the second half.
5 points up.
They come away a little bit ahead in the first. They've got the momentum. We'll see in 14 and a half minutes. what happens. So we'll be back shortly. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll have the finale of the 2018 Coastal Chaos Roller Derby Tournament in just a few minutes. All right, we're back.
Yes.
Halftime's all over. Here comes the audio. I hope I didn't jump the shit out of anybody at home. Those speakers turned way up.
Welcome back to Coastal Chaos 2018. We're about to witness the conclusion in period 2 of not skate, although that would be appropriate.
That would
State
be a cool
College
one, yeah.
Area Roller Derby versus Rockin City Roller Derby's greatest hits, of course, versus the Dolls.
I lost count on how many lead changes we had in that first half.
I do not even know. But we ended the first half with Rockin City ahead by 5 points, 78-73. And we have Letter Havoc loosening up on the jammer line, about to face off against Chola Rolla. And I just noticed, okay, the Coach Onesie game has once again been upped. We have a pink dinosaur.
Yeah, you'll have the pink dinosaur down on the bottom right-hand side of your screen.
I love it. The jam is on. Second half has officially begun. And we had one blocker returning from the penalty box.
And it is
Letter Havoc.
Yeah, Letter Havoc. But it's Chola right behind her, though.
Front of the pack, Rockin City's defense aiming to control the speed. Zombie trying to go for that offensive pick, but they pick up a little bit of speed. Chola Rolla going to the end.
Yeah, fastest sprint we have had today for sure.
Both jammers break the pack. 4 points for Chola Rolla. Same for Letter Havoc.
So Letter Havoc will get it by on fairly easy on the inside and then call it off. So there's a 4-point net gain. Thanks again for everybody who was tuned in and watched us over this weekend. Appreciate it so very much.
And there have even been a few people contributing to the GoFundMe, which is wonderful.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. We said this is a tough place. You know, you go out in the lobby and everyone's standing around with their phones up in the air.
To get the Wi-Fi.
Try to get some Wi-Fi, and it's been tricky for sure.
Fury versus Scott. And again, if you are just joining us, we have State College wearing black and Rockin City wearing white. Pack moving into the backstretch out of turn 2, keeping it speedy, but it is Fury getting through first, taking lead. Rockin City's defense regrouping and doing what they can to hold off. Oh, looks like we had a star pass to Taylor So Swifty, who's consistently taken star passes through the first part of the game.
Yeah, we've finally got State College out, and Swifty won't be able to get anywhere. Rockin City increasing a very slight lead now, 85-79. We've seen leads of 10, 15 points, and they don't matter very much at all with either of these two teams.
Moxie Balboa and Zombabe are lining up on a jammer line that gets a little bit of breathing room.
Two incredibly exciting jammers to watch, both quite different. This room on the inside, Moxie finds it. Zombabe still stuck in the back. Can't get past that white wall.
Yeah,
she'll go for a star pass.
Rockin City really putting in work to take her to the lines.
So Moxie's got a forearm penalty. She's headed to the box. So there's a break for State College.
And the star has been passed to number 18, Lucifer Ace. We've seen take the star before. State College with the power jam, looking to shift focus on that scoreboard in their favor.
No points yet.
No.
In this jam.
Now, State College taking any space away that they can from Rockin City's defense. But Rockin City regrouping and slowing down Lucifer Ace as much as they can.
Moxie's back out on the track. There's room on the inside, so Moxie will pick up 4. We've had 5 put up by Swifty. We have Swifty over there?
Lucifer Ace.
Lucifer Ace.
We've seen star passes to both because they've both been quite the clutch pivots.
And we have another penalty picked up by Moxie. So another power jam, and there's 27 seconds left in the jam. So it's going to be very close whether or not Moxie will still be in the box. I did not see if she sat down, how close she sat down to that 30-second left mark.
And we're seeing a few penalties being called. I believe we had a low block call earlier on. And we're seeing a couple of forearms, one for each team. So just a little bit of traffic in the penalty box.
We will start with Moxie in the box for a very short amount of time. I think it's got to be less than 5 seconds for sure. She's been standing for just a bit.
15 points from Lucifer Ace, putting State College on top by 2 points, by 3 points, 94-91.
Savage is going to take the star for State College. We look down at the end, down at that pivot line, way down there. There's 2 lonely blockers for Rockin City.
They're laser focused, catching Savage in that midway between turns 1 and 2.
Here comes Moxie blistering through the pack. And who's our lead jammer?
Lead going to State College.
That was so close, it looked like the referees had to convert with each other to make sure they knew who it was.
That was wiggly tough. And is it Cesia? I believe I saw.
I think so, yeah.
But the good thing is they were able to communicate and figure it out.
No points. Hard to believe, no points by.
Probably the first scoreless jam we've had.
Yeah, I think so.
For both teams anyway.
Yeah. Good job by Moxie to get out quick and kill that.
Michigan versus Let Her Havoc with the Stars. Michigan getting caught in the back. Well, Havoc works the front of the pack, and it is Havoc securing lead first. Pack mid-back stretch. Rockin City able to regroup in the front of the pack. Not able to hold Havoc for long. 5 points picked up by State College.
And a star pass. It is going to be 42 or 420. 42 Red Ripper is who has that. I couldn't tell if it was 42 or, well, then I had to look at the color. Who had it?
Well, I know we have a 420 on State College and a 42 on Rockin City, so with so much shuffling.
It's been a long weekend, and at this point, names and numbers are starting to become a blur.
Yes. And 5 points from State College put them ahead by 8, 99-91. And 22 minutes, 45 seconds remaining in the game. And we are only heading into Jam 6 of the second half. We have an official timeout. Let's talk about the WFTDA International playoffs and championships. Mark your calendars. August 31st through September 2nd in A Coruña, Spain, hosted by Asprigantes Roller Derby. That will be your first Division 1 playoff weekend. And Division 1's second playoff weekend will be September 21st through 23rd in Atlanta, Georgia, hosted by Atlanta Roller Girls. And champs, the 2018 International WFTDA Championship, November 9th through 11th in New Orleans, Louisiana, hosted by Big Easy Roller Girls. Now, this year we've had some changes to the structure with the tournaments. Division 2 has been split up into the Continental Cups, which we'll talk about more of that later, but I do see Fury for the greatest hits setting up.
And we have a State College jammer in the box. Let Her Havoc.
How very interesting.
So Fury with 3 State College blockers to deal with.
Luckily 4 of her own to assist.
Yes.
And they have set up in a split in order to pick, and we'll see if that pays off.
So So they're going to hold back just a little bit. Now they're going to try to make some gaps. They do.
Just a little bit of space was enough on the turn 1 apex. Lead for Fury. A static pack awaits her.
So we...
Back block call on Fury, center to the penalty box.
Oh my goodness.
So a jammer switcheroo and power jam in favor of State College.
So let's see where our star is right now. I believe it was stashed while in the box. It looked like I saw Havoc take it off.
It's now back on Havoc's head.
There's 5 points just like that. We'll go another minute.
Ammunition to the penalty box for State College, leaving just 3 blockers.
It's quite a turn of events. Rockin City went into this jam with the advantage and now find themselves 10 points down. Soon to be 14 points down. Well, 4 have been picked up, so it's going to be a jammer race.
And we'll see. It looks like State College may run it long.
Well, there's no lead jammer, so they'll have to run it
long.
Oh,
they have to.
Yeah.
Sorry, I missed that piece.
Yep. Fury had picked up the lead jammer, but then was sent to the penalty box.
That's right. (18-8) thus far in favor of State College. Oh, Havoc headed to the infield, slowly getting up. A clockwise block assessed by our OPR Fury Duty.
So
Not sure who it was on.
We'll see if that's where it stays right now at a 15-point differential. But I think that might be one of the largest gaps we've seen today.
It is between these two teams. So 21-12 on that jam. So 121 State College, 103 Rockin City's greatest hits. Heading into jam 7.
Moxie and Scott, and it is Moxie who takes the lead jammer designation. Scott still tied up on turn 1. Moxie around 3 and 4.
Moxie knows she's got some work to do as her blockers at the front of the pack doing their part to hold back Scott.
Key for Moxie is going to be to play smart and play safe.
Yes.
She doesn't need to do any heroics right now.
Staying clean. That is the big thing.
And call it. She does. She peeks up and looks at her bench, and they were all in agreement. It was time to call it. There's 4 more points for Rockin City.
Zombabe and Cholarola are your next jammer matchup.
This is a great matchup.
Yes, it really is. So much fun.
How did I luck out to get the pick of the litter here to be able to call this final game?
Well, you know, you are kind of a big deal, Chad, the New England Roller Derby report.
Well, I could produce a fairly good show, but I mean, geez, there's a lot of great announcers here.
You know what? You're also a great announcer. You're one of us.
One of us.
Wow. Okay, but lead Cholarola.
Lead is Chola.
And we've seen a star pass on State College to Swifty, who is working on that. Yes, now star on her head.
So Chola is going to probably try to get the 4 and call it. I don't know if she's going to get a full score. Maybe 3 points here.
We'll see. Zombabe's really putting the brakes on Cholarola, but she gets the 4. Narrowing State College's lead to 10 points. So much more reasonable based upon what we've seen leading to this point.
Yeah. .121 and 111. It's hard to believe that we would see either one of these teams needing to chip away at a lead, but 15 points seems like an awful lot. You're drawing up.
I am.
One of us.
One of us.
Gobble, gobble, one of us. It's from you ever seen that movie that it's from?
The Gooble Gobble?
Yeah, well, no, that line, one of us,
I
Google
don't-
Gobble, Google Gobble.
No, I don't know. What is that?
It's from an old film from the 40s, and there's it's near the end of the movie. There's a scene in which, well, I don't want to spoil it for you. You can go
Well,
on
what's
YouTube.
the name of the movie?
I don't remember the name of the movie.
Okay, so now I'm going to have to Google One of Us.
Yeah, you'll find it. Yeah, it's a really interesting scene.
There you go. Yeah, Tasmanian Devil for
Tasmanian
you.
Devil, and this is One
Creating
of Us.
art.
All right, I'll take it home and frame it.
Yay! 121 State College, 111 Rockin' City's greatest hits. We have Fury for Rockin' City facing off against number 69. That will be Danny Savage. And Savage, just so, breaks the pack like nothing at all. Lead to her credit.
So Savage has a fair amount of time. She's also got a lot of speed coming into turn 2. There was no one to slow her down, and she'll call it off. $17.54 in the game.
Yeah.
Even the second half is
Ticking down pretty
so
fast.
quickly.
And while we wait for our next jam to begin as the track's being secured, I mentioned those 2018 WFTDA Continental Cups. The Continental Cups serve WFTDA member leagues ranked below the annual determination for WFTDA playoffs, for Division 1. Hosted and run by member leagues with support from the WFTDA, the Continental Cups are set up with the format that best fits the rankings needs of each region and will produce the best in region through a competitive bracket. In 2018, the 2 North American Cups are 3-day events with 12 competing teams, while the European Cup is a 2-day event with 8 competing teams. So mark your calendars. In August, it will be a busy month in North America. North America's East Continental Cup, August 17th through 19th in Kalamazoo, Michigan, hosted by Kalamazoo Derby Darlings. And North America West, August 24th through 26th in Omaha, Nebraska, hosted by Omaha Roller Girls. The European Continental Cup, October 27th and 28th in Birmingham, United Kingdom, hosted by Birmingham Blitz Dames. So definitely mark those dates on your calendars. But most importantly, we've got Moxie Balboa and Let Her Havoc released into the pack. Well, it was a brief power start.
Let Her Havoc got rolled back a little bit. And here we have Moxie with the lead jammer position. Again, Moxie has been really key to keeping Rockin' City in this game. She's had some incredibly successful jams, despite having a couple of penalties that were a little bit costly. She picks up 2 points right now.
That narrows State College's lead to 12 points, 125 to 113.
Chola Rolla and Scott will be our next jammers.
We have a 1 State College blocker in the penalty box, as well as 1 from Rockin' City.
Lucifer Ace, I believe it is down there, came out of nowhere to put an amazing block on Chola Rolla, and that eventually led to Scott having plenty of time to become lead jammer, and it'll get called off.
And you haven't seen this much this weekend, that Chola Rolla had to stash the star in order to get out of the pack. Zombie and Michigan will be your next matchup.
$129, $113 with 15 minutes and 36 seconds left. It seems that lead starts to feel a little bit longer as the clock ticks down. Now we have Rockin' City with the lead jammer. Finger being pointed. Everyone's pointing at her.
And we
hits
see
the pack hard. Did she hit it too hard? Yeah, she did. And she's
Rockin' City up at the front, doing their best to take back Zombabe.
And there was a back block. So we are on in a power jam for Zombabe. So 5 more minutes. Forearm penalty called on Swifty. And we have another forearm penalty called on. I see Fury Duty has called it. I don't know what
it was on. Zombabe. Zombabe off to the penalty box right as Miss Chagrin has been released. She was standing and awaiting return to the track. So power jam now for Rockin City, perhaps able to recoup some points.
Yeah, I think the goal has to be those 5 points, and there they are. So right now, no net loss for Rockin City, and there's enough time to actually gain some a little bit. Zombabe will be back out on the track here in a split second. There she is. She'll be eligible to score, of course.
No, something I noticed, Chad, Zombabe's shorts say I Heart Skulls.
Yeah.
Though I think maybe she already owns a pair, but she needs a pair that says I Heart Brains.
All right, so there was 4 more for Zombabe and 4 more for Miss Chagrin.
Just a little bit of showwomanship there from Zombabe, landing in turn 4. Perhaps just a tad of jazz hands.
Tad of jazz hands. We'll take a look.
Take a look.
The instant replay. There she comes. Little hop. Look like that. Almost like that trailing leg might have not made it over the tape, but not my place to call that. Oh, it's pretty close. It looked like it went right on the line. Savage, and we have Fury. Those are jammers, not feelings.
No. Although some may say furious and being savage are states of mind. I think both skaters would agree.
Yeah.
But they are in the course of a jammer foot race. Perhaps a little bit of smack talk. Who knows?
There could be a little smack talk. I wouldn't stick around too long for that smack talk. It's not
happy smack talk, though.
Well, but there's just not enough clock to burn.
But Savage turning with a smile right at the end of jam, so someone said something funny. Well, yesterday, I happened to witness a couple of skaters who looked like they were having a conversation, a blocker with an opposing jammer on the track during the course of the jam. You know, the brace of a 2-wall during a Mard game. It was Mard and Lehigh the other night. And I had to laugh because I asked D-Block, I said, so what was going on there? She goes, I was telling the blockers, jammer's tired, and the jammer's like, yes, I am. It happens, but Moxie Balboa does not look tired.
No,
taking
lead jammer once again runs into the pack, splits it up enough. She'll be through relatively easy. Will she call it off or will she let it go? She'll call it off. That's the safe bet.
Calling it, taking those points, and rolling off the track, narrowing the lead of State College to 13 points, 140 to 127. That's right. We have some Rockin City representation in the fan section.
Chris Seneca reminded me that the line "One of Us" is from the movie Freaks.
Freaks. Okay, yeah. Thank you.
That was, I'm pretty sure, late 40s, early 50s.
Well, you know, aptly titled for, announcers.
Yep, that's right.
I say it with love, guys. You know that. All right. Anxiously awaiting the start of our next jam. We do have an official timeout to maintain the track. It appears the jammer line has really taken a beating this weekend.
Cass Pop let us know, too, for the record, Zombabe does have Brains shorts.
Yes!
Yeah. So
that makes me happy. I figured she would.
I'm glad thank you very much for our listeners who help us, close the loop on some of these things that we talk about. It's so appreciated.
Otherwise, we would be left wondering, and that's not fun. But you know what is fun? Chola Rola with a star on her head.
Lead jammer Chola Rola. And we've got still tied up out there, Scott.
Just past the star to her pivot.
Cholarola's passed 1, and there was 1 on the box, so there's 2 points picked up by Cholarola. That'll be 5 points, and she'll call it off. Will she get 5? No, looks like 4.
4, because Lucifer Ace had successfully received the star.
Gotcha.
And placed it on her head, but not able to get any points. So just 9 points separate State College and Rockin City. Again, Rockin City proven, don't mess with Texas.
Zombabe in Michigan.
Okay, both jammers caught in the awkward blocker sandwich on the right side of the pack. But Zombie driven to the outside in the straightaway, strung back to the jammer line, while Michigan leaps ahead, securing lead.
Zombabe has stashed the star, trying to shove her way through, but Rockin City is just all over her. She's still not clear. Finally, she is. So Michigan, what will she be able to do?
Calls
did she get a full 4? No, she did not. 3 points. So, yeah, look at that. All of a sudden, Rockin City is only a touchdown away from catching up with State College.
6 points, that's right. Danny Savage and Fury setting up. They will be left to anticipate the next jam while some track maintenance is handled. But that's quite all right. Now, we've talked about the WFTDA playoffs and championships, the international WFTDA playoffs and championships, for 2018. Just like to mention that once you mark those calendars, tickets for playoffs will go on sale this June. Get all ticket information at WFTDA.com/tickets. Also, tickets for the 2018 International WFTDA Championships go on sale in August this year. So bookmark WFTDA.com/champs to stay up to date. And of course, WFTDA.tv, where you can get your watch pass if you aren't able to be in the house for playoffs or champs, and the passes will go on sale in August. So bookmark WFTDA.tv as well to get all of the Derby footage.
Fury and Danny Savage are the jammers on the track, and it is Danny Savage who is the lead jammer.
Under 9 minutes remain in the game.
Danny Savage will have one opportunity. She'll check out where everybody's at. Silver lining there for Rockin City. They did have enough time for a couple of their players to come off of the penalty box. It looks like there will still be one State College walker in the box at the beginning of this jam.
Well, so starting out for Moxie Balboa, she'll have a 4-3 pack advantage.
It looks like Anya Arson still in the penalty box.
So State College only 10 points ahead.
Letter Havoc and Moxie. Letter Havoc doing well, but there were, almost on the inside. No pass, no penalty for Moxie. So Moxie not going to be our lead jammer.
Lead still open. And indeed, it is Letter Havoc calling it off.
Letter Havoc will shut that down before Moxie can get in there.
Smart strategy.
So 10 points, just 10 points.
I know, it's quite amazing. Your next jammers, Scott and Cholarola. Cholarola picking up lead.
Where she is. So Rockin City, nice job here to hold back the jammer. This is not an easy task now after a star pass. We've got
Cholarola drawn back by State College as well, forcing the call off, but does pick up 5 points.
5 points.
Oh, there's a tambourine.
Yeah, tambourine.
Rockin City brings the ruckus, courtesy of musical instruments. We like it. Well, you know, they're not called the greatest hits for nothing.
Zombabe and Moxie, two probably the most, if we had the numbers, probably the most productive jammers today.
Yes.
Moxie shoving Zombabe. Moxie on the inside, lead jammer. Zombabe stuck in turn 1, getting bounced around. Pack is thinning out, so maybe she'll have some room if she gets into the backstretch. She does.
Zombabe spinning out of the pack, evading that last line of defense from Rockin City, but a quick hit and quit from Moxie.
4 points.
Bringing it to a 1-point game, 144 State College, 143 Rockin City. Everyone is on the edge of their seat here in-house, and I'm sure they are in Round Rock as well as State College this evening.
I can tell you they are all excited that are on the stream. Thank you all so much for joining us.
Jammers of Current, number 69, Danny Savage. She's up against Cholarola. And if you are just joining us now, it's a shame you've missed the game so far, but that's okay. It'll be on the replay in the archive. But it is Cholarola for Rockin City taking lead. They're wearing white. And State College, their jammers, Danny Savage, they're wearing black.
Just 1 point separated these two teams. 1 is a lonely number. That's a hit by 3 Dog Night.
Yes. Greatest hits.
4 points. How about that lead change? 147 Rockin City, 144 State College. You paid for the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge.
Oh, you stole it. But you know what? I love it. Thank you, Chad, because I use that all the time. That's what our friend the Monster Truck announcer says, but I find it so applicable to roller derby on the regular, specifically with a matchup like State College and Rockin City. We have Moxie Balboa back at it with Let Her Havoc. Serious blocker traffic out there as the pack pushes into turn 2.
Moxie.
Lead.
Oh, here we go. Jammer. It's a speed race. 4 minutes left. Moxie gonna call it off. So 3:53. We have, with both teams, they each have a timeout. They each have an official review. So at 3:44, I'm wondering, will we see someone use up an official review or a timeout to stop this clock?
I don't know, perhaps.
Try to get a couple more jams in. It certainly is not a lead that you want to, I mean, you want to try to protect that lead, but my goodness, no one with this little amount of time left is going to try to do just a defense with 3 points.
Scott jamming for State College up against Cholarola.
I feel like either one of the teams is going to wish they'd taken a timeout at that point.
We'll see. They both still have official reviews and the 2 timeouts, so really interesting to see what will happen. And right into turn 2, we have Cholarola getting squished into the infield, but pops back out, lead to her credit. Meanwhile, a State College blocker to the penalty box. Do you believe that is number 99, Blackout Betty? Oh, we've had a star pass to number 16, Ammunition. For State College, battling it out through the pack. Oh, that's 18, Lucifer Ace, actually.
So Rockin City starting to pile on the points.
And Cholarola is definitely the one to do it. Probably their most productive this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have 44 seconds left in the jam, only 2 minutes left in the period clock. why I really think taking a timeout before this jam might have meant a little bit more time later on to get another jam in. Because when this jam ends now, we could potentially only see one more jam.
I don't know. The announcer curse.
Yeah, it's the announcer. I could be completely wrong, and I could just
We never know because, you know, I just know as soon as I say it, it will not happen.
It won't happen, right.
But
you think I'm going to sound so smart when I say this.
No, you know what, though? It's not an uneducated assessment. It's possible that the timeouts prior may have assisted them.
Yeah.
But one could only guess what will attribute to greater success. A total of 15 points from Cholarola, taking Rockin City's greatest hits to 162 over State College's 144. Now, timeout happening. Favor of, called by State College. And we see some team building exercises or some laughs going on there with some hands waving all around up front by Rockin City. They are fully enjoying themselves here at Coastal Chaos. And a huge thank you to All Kind Rolling Team. They are our scoreboard sponsor. All Kind chocolate bars and caramels. They have a flagship store in Portland, Maine. Batch tempered, hand poured, hand wrapped goods that you can medicate, elevate, and motivate in a safe, easy, discreet manner. Follow them on Instagram at all_kind_dot_buzz. Zombie and Fury, the jammers setting up, and we have what I like to call a full 18-wheeler on the track. No one in the penalty box. That's a nice sight.
If I'm State College, it is definitely Zombabe I want to see out there.
Did you see Fury just cut off Zombabe through the pack?
So Fury and Zombabe now are going to sprint it out. 53 left on the period clock. Zombabe is in front. The pack's moving real quick. It's going to take a bit for these jammers to catch up. 1:32 on the jam clock.
Zombabe taken to the infield right before turn 3.
Very gingerly got back in. Was very careful. She doesn't want to draw any unnecessary penalties.
Fury taken down in the back of the pack, getting a little bit roughed up by the State College defense.
I do believe that it is Zombabe that is our lead jammer.
No, Fury.
I see the...
Or is someone pointing? Let's see.
No, it is not Zombabe.
No, Fury.
Fury
calls it.
And Fury calls it.
Woo, 4 points for each. 166 to 148. Rockin City will await for official confirmation, but Chad, what a way to end it.
What an amazing game today. Rockin City played catch up for the majority of the second half. Now, Rockin City State College, tell me again what the result was from last November when these two teams played against each other.
Last November, we had State College. It was 148 at that time. I thought it was 148 to 133. I'll double check. I have it right here. 148 for State College, 134 Rockin City. So Rockin City able to get the jump. Just incredible. Where State College, the same exact score.
Same exact score. So they have split the series now.
Yeah,
one game apiece.
18-point lead there for Rockin City. So a huge congratulations to the greatest hits, as that score is now final, 166 to 148. They will be awarded the Coastal Chaos Trophy.
You know, it's so funny. I forgot for a little bit that we have a tournament going on here as well, not just Amazing Roller Derby, but we have Rockin City, who has now just won the 2018 Coastal Chaos Tournament.
Champions taking their lap and getting their high fives. And thank you once again to all tuning in to our broadcast here on the New England Roller Derby Report.
So excited to have everyone involved.
Thank you.
Banshee, I'm so glad that I get to announce with you so often.
I know, we're spoiled.
We really are spoiled.
I love it. And it's always a pleasure to be able to have this opportunity to participate in a high-quality broadcast with you, Chad.
Well, I'm glad. I want you to continue to keep on going to these other big events I've seen you go to, and
you got it, sir.
Think of me while you're there.
You're like, okay, special shout out to Chad with the
I'm over
New England Roller Derby Report.
I'm over here in Barcelona.
That was fun. Sí, bueno. Yep. But you know what? Being here in Midcoast, Maine is just as much of a pleasure. So thanks again to the Rock Coast Rollers.
So welcome.
Yes.
So congratulations, Rockin City.
Are we bringing the award ceremony to our fans, or is that something Rock Coast is doing?
So I don't. There won't be an award. They'll be getting the trophy handed to them.
Okay.
I think it's not going to be for a little bit, though. Like, I don't.
Okay.
I
just didn't know. So we will. I know for a fact that Rock Coast will be updating their social media once they are able to get some Wi-Fi signals.
Yes, and there will be. So there's going to be a lot of photos put up on the team website as well as the event page. So Rockin City, look to grab some awesome photos to put on your desktops at work and on your phones.
Most definitely. And I know Hispanic Attack was here this weekend, a fantabulous photographer.
I see him right now. He's right there standing out in the middle of the track.
Yes.
He's getting ready to take a photograph right now.
So follow Hispanic Attack on Facebook if you want to see all the awesome shots from this weekend.
Yeah.
Thanks again. We are done, but you have a great Sunday evening.
Yeah, thanks so much. Rockin City, congratulations. You are the 2018 champions, and congratulations to all the fans at home. I hope you guys get to enjoy this victory with your team. So for Banshee, this is Chad. We'll be signing off, and have a great weekend.